Hey, it's Anna, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd talk about my most anticipated YA fantasies that are coming out from January to May, I think it is, 2019. So, this is in order of expected release dates, not in order of anticipation. Okay, so the first one is The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi. It comes out on the 15th of January. It's set in Paris 1889. The Exposition Universelle, the World's Fair, is on. It's breathing new life into the city and it's dredging up ancient secrets and all that sort of stuff. Our main character is a treasure hunter slash hotelier called Severin, and you know he's very good with secrets. But when the all-powerful Order of Babel seeks him out, he is offered the secret of his true inheritance, which is too good to pass up. So he has to assemble a team in order to find this ancient artifact that they want. And he's got an engineer who owes a debt, a historian who can't go home, a dancer with a sinister past, and a brother who, in all but blood, but who may care a bit too much. So I don't know that much, but I love Roshani Chokshi's writing, and I think it's an interesting mix of characters, so looking forward to it. Number 2 is Enchanté by Gita Trellis. It's also historical fiction, comes out the 5th of February, I think. So again, set in Paris, but this is 1789. Our main character is Camille. Her parents have been killed by smallpox, and she has to look after a frail sister and a volatile brother. And she uses this, her magic, this petty magic, to like turn metal into coins to like pay for medicine and food and stuff, but you know the magic's sort of not really working, and she becomes desperate, so she turns to dark magic. She transforms herself and she goes to the court of Versailles with Marie Antoinette and Louis the 16th or whatever. And she meets a handsome inventor, and she thinks, oh, you know, I could have love, and I can have everything. And then, the political sort of intrigues and stuff sort of start happening. She gets blackmailed, her lover doesn't stay very loving, and then a revolution erupts, and she sort of has to make choices about what she's going to do and how she's going to deal with it and what side she's on, all these sort of things. So it sounds amazing. The next book is The Antidote by Shelley Sakia, I think. Comes out again 5th of February even. So in this world, magic is banned. You have to use herbal remedies and tried and true sort of techniques. Our main character Fee keeps her magic a secret for her own protection, but when her friend, who is the Crown Prince Zavi, becomes sick, she sort of debates whether or not to use her magic to help him, and she slips up and she finds herself in the middle of this very dark and secretive world, and you know, the stakes just kind of get higher and higher. So yeah. The next is An Affair of Poisons by Addie Thorley. Comes out the 26th of February. It's also historical fiction as well as YA fantasy. So it's about a 17-year-old alchemist called Mirabelle, who, I don't know if it's alchemist or apothecary, whatever, we'll say alchemist. She helps her mother poison King Louis the 14th, and she comes to see the Shadow Society that her mother is a part of in a new light. They're not heroes, they're villains, they're murderers. And she tries to atone for her part in it by, you know, making herbal remedies and all this sort of stuff, but it's not really enough. Our other main character is Jessie de Bourbon, who's a royal bastard, so yeah, illegitimate child of King Louis, and you know, he's basically a kitchen boy. He doesn't have any status because he's illegitimate, and when half the court dies, he has to sort of step up and, you know, put on his big boy shoes to help save his siblings, including the Dauphin, the basically Crown Prince, but the French word for it. And then Mirabelle and Jessie's paths cross, and they find in their enemy an unlikely ally. So apparently next year is the year of the French, so everything's set in France. Where am I up to? So, Four Dead Queens is the next book. It's by Astrid Schultz. It comes out the 26th of February. Basically, it's set in this world where the nation is divided into 4 parts, and they are ruled by 4 separate queens, and each sort of part of the city is like divided off from the other parts, and it focuses on like one area, like entertainment or science or whatever, that sort of thing. So our main character is Carolee, I think. Carolee. And she is a thief. She is sent to intercept a message, a package, and she steals it, and then she finds out that it has, like, it's a comm disc, and it shows the brutal murders of all 4 queens, and Carolee realizes this is very not good, so she has to team up with the messenger that she stole the comm disc from, and, you know, deliver it to wherever it was meant to go to find out who is in on this, like, assassination, essentially, this conspiracy of murder. And yeah, it's going to be a wild ride, that's for sure. The next book is The Fever King by Victoria Lee. It comes out 1st of March. It's set in the former United States, I think in the future. We have, I don't know how old he is, but teenager, Noam Alvaz. He's woken up in hospital. He survived a viral magical attack that killed his family, and he now has these new abilities. He's a technopath. He can manipulate technology, essentially. And this attracts the attention of the Minister of something. Anyway, he attracts the attention of somebody important. And he tries to use this as leverage to help other refugees who are fleeing from, you know, these viral magical plagues and trying to come to, it's not the US, I think it's like Maryland or something, I don't know. And he's, yeah, he thinks he can try and use it as leverage. He promises to help the minister learn how to use the technology or something. And everything's, I don't know, going okay, and he meets the minister's cruel but beautiful son. So, yeah. Obviously we have LGBT rep gonna happen in here, which I'm all about. I'm interested in plagues, I'm interested in awesome magic, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Sorry, my back is caning. I've been sitting here for like 3 hours filming. Stupid of me. Number 7, To Best the Boys by Mary Weber. It comes out 1st of March. Basically, in this city or town or whatever, every year, the boys are invited to compete for a scholarship at this all-male STEMWIC university, and you know, women are trained in the domestic arts, you know, how to be wives and mothers and all those sort of things. Our main character, Ren, isn't interested, obviously. She wants to be a scientist, and her father have, you know, been working in, I don't know, his lab or something. They've been trying to find a cure for this deadly plague, this disease that is sweeping across the nation. And when her mum becomes sick, Ren, so, like, the stakes have sort of been upped for Ren, and she decides that the only way that she is going to ever be able to be a scientist and to properly study, you know, medicine and how to cure this disease is to go to university. So she cross-dresses and she takes her cousin into Mr. Holmes's labyrinth to compete against the boys and win the scholarship to uni. So, ooh, again, things that I'm interested in, you know, women going to the patriarchy, medicine, plagues, science, all that sort of stuff. Alright, number 8 is We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal. It comes out the 14th of May. So we have two main characters. We have Zafira, who is a hunter. She cross-dresses to go into this enchanted forest in order to hunt food and that for her people so they don't starve. If, however, she is discovered, people won't be very happy and they won't accept any of her help and they'll die from starvation. Our other main character is Nasir. He is the Prince of Death, and he basically assassinates all his father's enemies. His father's this autocratic ruler, and he's not very nice. So both of them are legends in Arowina, and you know, for Nasir, he can't show his compassionate side because that would equal death for him, basically. So war is brewing. You've got a cursed forest. Zafira goes on a quest to find some sort of artifact that will bring back magic and presumably fix the enchanted forest of doom. And Nasir is sent on a mission to kill her and prevent her from finding the artifact. So it has a bit of a Children of Blood and Bone kind of feeling to it, I guess. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. Number 9 is The Bone Charmer by Brianna Shields. Comes out the 21st of May. It is about a girl called Saskia. So in this world, bones are a source of power. They can tell the future. They can tell a past, you know, expose secrets, all that sort of thing. And in Midwood, the Bone Charmer Sia is Saskia's mother. So when they're 17 years old, all the kids have readings done by the Bone Charmer, who tells them, you know, what their apprenticeship is going to be, like basically what their career is going to be, and also who their like fated match is, their partner in life. So Saskia has never wanted to be a Bone Charmer, and her and her mother have argued about this a lot. And when her mother does this reading for Saskia, she tells Saskia she's going to be a Bone Charmer against Saskia's wishes, and that her partner is Bram, which apparently is bad. So her and her mother have a big argument about it, and the bones get broken, which is very bad. So basically Saskia is now living 2 different futures at the same time, but only one future can sort of come out on top. Like, only one of them can become reality, and it sounds very complicated, and I'm interested to see how we're going to have these 2 different futures happening at once, and which one is obviously going to win out. So, the final book in my, like, new books, as opposed to continuing series, is The Candle and the Flame by Nafisa Azad. It doesn't have a release date apart from sometime in May. So it's set in the city of Noor on the Silk Road, or like an alternative history version maybe of the Silk Road. The main character is Fatima or something, and a tribe of Shayateen Jinn slaughtered everybody in Noor, like killed everybody except for Fatima and 2 other humans. And Fatima is now protected by the Ifrit, who are another kind of jinn. And when one of the most powerful Ifrits dies, Fatima starts to change. And this change is probably magical, and it concerns the people around her. It's also got politics and intrigue and that, like, they have a new, can't remember the name, like a new leader, a new ruler of the city, but I can't remember what they call that. at the moment. So, yes, it's sort of a Islamic mythology kind of inspired book. So, those are the most anticipated sort of new releases coming out. These next 4 are the continuing, like the sequels for series that I've already started. So the first one is In an Absent Dream by Seanan McGuire. It comes out 8th of January. It is the 4th book in the Wayward Children series, and this one is about the character Lundy or something, and her door that she went through and the world that she experienced. I don't know much more than that. The next is The Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. It comes out the 22nd of January. It is the 2nd book in the Daevabad trilogy, which started with The City of Brass. So it is the continuing story of Nari and Ali and the city of Daevabad and all of the Jinn stuff that's sort of happening. The 3rd book that I'm looking forward to in terms of sequels is Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. Comes out 5th of March. It's the 2nd book in the Children of Blood and Bone. No, of the Orisha trilogy. And yeah, the continuing story of Zeli and Amari and Inan, and bringing magic back to the world and all the problems with that and etc. And the final book is the untitled final book in the Ember in the Ashes quartet, which comes out 18th of April, and I don't know anything about it except it's the final one. And so presumably the continuing story of Elias and Leia and Helene and everybody else. So those are my most anticipated YA fantasy releases from January to May 2019. If you are interested in any of them or have heard of any of them, cited, let me know in the comments below. If there are other ones that I haven't mentioned that you think maybe, are worth a look, also let me know in the comments. If you liked my video, give me a thumbs up. So that's it from me. Sorry for babbling on, and I hope to see you again. Bye.